please. Okay, so that's us now live. So I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome everybody here today. We've got some very special guests here today for the Civic Awards, the Community Awards. So we welcome you all here, and we will be probably about 15 minutes before we get to that stage. So we'll just tick off some quick council business, and then we'll get into presentations of those awards. So if you just bear with us for that moment. We also want to welcome the council members to the table and anybody from the public watching, and Paul, who's joined us already. So welcome everybody. We will now move on to the opening karakia. Kia hora, te marino, kia whakapapa punanu te moana, e hurahai ngā tātou. E te rangi mai, araha atu, arahu mai, tātou ie, tātou katoa. Right, next we have apologies. So we have an apology from Councillor Phelps, Councillor Manera and Francis Tumahoe. Can I please have somebody second and move and second that they be accepted? Thank you, Councillor Neil. Councillor Casson, and resolve that the apologies be received and accepted. Declarations of interest, the register is circulated via Teams, and I see everybody's been updating that as needed. We have no urgent items on the agenda. We'll move from there to the minutes of meetings. First off is the Ordinary Council meeting minutes of the 23rd November 2023. Can I please have somebody move and second resolve that those minutes of the Ordinary Council meeting held on 23rd November 2023 be confirmed as a true and correct record of the meeting? I'll move your second, please, Councillor Neil. Councillor Blair, thank you very much. And I approve that my digital signature be added to the confirmed Ordinary Council meeting minutes of the 23rd November 2023. Minutes to be received from the standing committees is the 25th of May 2023 Chief Executive's Review Committee Extraordinary Minutes. Can I please have a move and a seconder on those, please? Councillor Bird and Councillor Casson, thank you very much, and resolve that the extraordinary minutes of the Chief Executive's Review Committee be received. Thank you everybody for that. Right, moving straight on to the action list. Chief Executive Simon Bastian is to speak to the action list, which has been circulated separately. And Paul Zanin is already here joining us to talk about the Victoria Race Course.
So thank you, Your Worship, and good afternoon, councillors. We have only 3 items standing in the action list. The first two we'll take as together. As alluded to in the last council meeting, there's still some further work to be done on geotech assessment. So that work is yet to be commissioned. We get the final quotes in tomorrow, I understand, and then we'll be able to award that piece of work to get the assessments done. And the Hokitika Race Course, I would like to pass over to Paul, who is going to give you an update since the last update from last month. So welcome, Paul. Over to you.
Kia ora, thank you very much, Simon, and thank you, Madam Mayor and councillors. So there's 2 different parts to update governance on. One is the engagement session that was held on Saturday at the racecourse, and the other one is the registration of interest process. So the engagement, you really notice quite a mood shift in people over the last sort of 6 to 9 months of engagement. There's lots of goodwill and collaboration at the table, and I think as we're moving further forward and people can see changes being reflected in the design and the outputs, it's starting to build that good collaborative trust between parties as well. So I had good attendance on the day. Thank you to councillors and Madam Mayor as well who attended, and a big thanks to staff that helped a lot. So yeah, comms and engagement with Emma Ray was really good, and also the IT department. But it was a really, really good day. So lots of advice coming through from people and lots of participation as well. On the registration of interest, that was released on the 6th of November. There was a site visit on the 20th of November, and the responses were received by the 1st of December. So there were responses received from the private sector indicating an interest in the site. So that was Superlot 1, 2, and 3. And this afternoon, we've got a meeting with the working group to score the responses against the criteria that were previously circulated. And then a report will come back to full council in January. With recommendations from the working group and whether there's a proceeding into the RFP stage or the request for proposal stage.
Thank you, Your Worship.
Thank you, Paul.
Happy to take any questions on any of the 3 action items.
Any questions, please?
The information that was presented last weekend, is that available?
It's all on the council website.
Council website.
It's all there, everything that was on the walls is in there, tables and that. Thank you very much, Simon, for that. Can I please have somebody move and second and resolve that the updated action list from the Chief Executive be received? Thank you, Councillor Baird, Councillor Davidson. Right, we got through that. So we will, without hesitation, move on to the Civic Awards and the Young Achiever Awards, which is pretty exciting. Okay, that's not this one then, please. So how we're going to do, yeah, that might be the idea, sorry guys. Right, and again, welcome to you all for this, and we've got some support people here as well as those that are up for awards. Always a great time to recognise the achievements that happen out there in the wider community. We're inclined to hear sometimes too much of the bad stuff and not the good stuff, and there's so much wonderful dedication to the betterment of the community and the wider region happening out there quite consistently, and to that we thank you guys greatly for everything that you've had over the years with your involvement, because I know it's not a one-year thing that you've all done. You all partake in your communities in one way or another, and you have done and dedicate yourselves to that, so we're very grateful for that. We're going to start off with the Young Achievers Awards. So these nominations were open to all the youth in Westland community aged under 19 years in the categories of the Westpac Trophy, the Young Achievers Merit Award, the Percy Atkinson Trophy for Sporting Achievement, the Ron Wieglitz Trophy in Arts and Culture, the Brian McCarthy Trophy for Community Involvement, and the George Grofsky Presidential Trophy for a single outstanding achievement in any category. So these awards recognise outstanding and exceptional young Westlanders. The winners are young people who are striving to improve themselves, make a positive contribution within the communities, and have the potential to achieve a bright future for themselves. So first off, we have the Percy Atkinson Trophy for Sporting Achievement. I'll let Buffy find it while I read. The recipient of the Percy Atkinson Trophy, the recipient of the Percy Atkinson Trophy for Sporting Achievement has undoubtedly made a mark in the world of wood chopping. As one of the South Island Under-21 Champion Trophy in March, he's just one among many accolades. Throughout the past year, he has consistently secured trophies at various local meets, holding titles like the West Coast Excellence Association trophies for the most points in both junior and men's soaring categories. His prowess has led him to represent New Zealand as part of the New Zealand Under-21 Chopping Colts at the Royal Adelaide Show in Australia, where he showcased remarkable individual success. His first equal placement in the junior round robin during the entire show exemplified his exceptional skills on an international stage. Even beyond wood chopping, this individual's talents extends to rugby. In just his second season of playing, he has earned the Most Improved Player Award for the Kiwi Under-15s rugby team, demonstrating versatility and dedication in his sport. This young man's impact extends beyond personal achievements also. Actively engaged in the Hokitika Excellence Club and participating in numerous A&P shows, his success has sparked enthusiasm in others, inspiring local youth to take up wood chopping in Hokitika and in Nelson. The Lions Club of Hokitika and Western District Council are proud to present the Percy Atkinson Trophy for Sporting Achievement to Jack Matthews. Mrs. Crowman. The second award this afternoon is the Ron Weaver's Trophy in Arts and Culture. The winner of this trophy is someone that has played the lead role of Ren in the Western High School production of Footloose, marking his debut as a theatre. Despite facing a challenging setback event in the vehicle accident just 2 months prior to performance, he displayed exceptional dedication, giving his all even while recuperating. He has also recently concluded another significant role as Shrek in the production Shrek Jr., mirroring the same unwavering commitment he showed in Footloose. His dedication to his craft is exceptional as he invests countless hours perfecting these roles, ensuring his presence at every crucial rehearsal. Both productions, hosted by Western High School and Super Brains Productions, contribute immensely to the community by spreading joy and entertainment. The Lions Club of Hokitika and Western District Council are proud to present the Ron Weaver's Trophy in Arts and Culture to Rishan Carlos Biaka. Well done, Rishan. Right, the next award is the Brian McCarthy Trophy for Community Involvement. And the winner of the Brian McCarthy Trophy for Community Involvement is someone whose impact resonates deeply in her community. Her athletic prowess shines through representations in the Hokitika Under-18 team and active participation at regional and South Island secondary school levels in netball, korfball and basketball. However, it's her commitment to giving back that truly distinguishes her. She dedicates significant time to community service, umpiring netball games on weekends and actively engaging in the Netball Mainland Youth Advisory Group. Here, she advocates for youth voices and spearheads initiatives for positive change within the netball community. But her community spirit extends beyond sports. She plays a pivotal role in school activities, serving on the board committee and the student council. Through these roles, she leads fundraising endeavours and organises events that not only benefit the school, but also actively contribute to the local community. Driven by her unwavering dedication, she doesn't refine her contributions to academics and sports alone. Her passion for outdoor education reflects her commitment to holistic growth, both within and outside the school setting. In each role she embraces, she embodies the core values of Western High School. Her authentic leadership style, genuine support for peers development, and steadfast dedication to serving the community have earned her deep respect and admiration from the school, sporting circles, and the wider community she continually enriches. The Lions Club of Hokitika and Western District Council are proud to present the Brian McCarthy Trophy for Community Involvement to Charlotte Grover. Right, the George Gruffsky Presidential Trophy for Single Outstanding Achievement in any category. And this year we're combining that also with the Westpac Trophy overall winner. The winner of the George Grosky Presidential Trophy for a single outstanding achievement in any category and the Westpac Trophy Overall Young Achiever Award winner is someone who has had a year that can be described as nothing short of remarkable. He has thrived not only in academics but also in various other domains. He assumed the dual responsibility of Board of Trustees student rep and head student at Western High School, a feat last accomplished by a male student 8 years ago. Academically, he stood out prominently during the Theismann ceremony, securing the prestigious Prime Minister's Vocational Excellence Award scholarship, alongside numerous other accolades such as swim champion, outstanding contribution to music, and various class achievements. Beyond the school walls, his prowess extended to wood chopping, earning a spot in the New Zealand Under-21 chopping colts, competing at the Royal Adelaide Show in Australia. His talent shone further by clinching third place overall in the New Zealand Under-21 chopping championships in Hokitika and securing the coveted West Coast Axemen's Association trophy for most points for underhand. In a testament to his multifaceted abilities, he also excelled in badminton, representing the South Island Under-19 team at the National Te Whānau North. Additionally, he showcased his theatrical flair, portraying Willard in Footloose, captivating audiences at Western High School's production stage at the Regent Theatre. Balancing a myriad of interests, he dedicates himself wholeheartedly. He diligently trains for his sports endeavours and commits to honing his acting skills, demonstrating unwavering dedication across all his pursuits. His impact transcends personal achievements, extending as a beacon of inspiration and role model for the youth of Western High School and the wider community. The story echoes a powerful message. Success is attainable through hard work, and life is an adventure to be lived fully. An exemplary narrative for today's youth. His success as a sportsman has significant contributions to the sport environment, and his role as an inspiration to many stand as a remarkable testament to his young age. Recognising his exceptional accomplishments, the Lions Club of Hokitika and Western District Council proudly presents George Grosky Presidential Trophy for Outstanding Achievement in any category and the Westpac Trophy Overall Young Achiever winner to Scott Matthews.
Thanks.
Helen, I think there's a second trophy.
Oh, yes, there is, right?
Right, just wonder if you can do his back.
Yes, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah. Do another one? Yeah.
Have you got enough hands, or can you hold that one up? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
The next award is the Westland Scholarship. In recognition of exceptional talent, unwavering dedication, and remarkable empathy, it is with great honour that we announce the distinguished recipient of the prestigious Westland Scholarship. The winner epitomises brilliance, demonstrating an extraordinary aptitude for writing, particularly in English and classical studies, where her mastery in articulating emotions resonates deeply, inspiring others to find their voice. Esteemed by peers across all levels, from year 7 through 13, and held in high regard, her outstanding character extends far beyond the school walls, positively impacting the broader Hokitika community. She is a committed leader, serving as an invaluable member of the Student Council and Deputy Head Student, while silently mentoring and advocating for the respectful treatment of our younger LGBTIQA students. Her dynamic contributions to the dramatic arts in Hokitika, including her starring roles in productions like Footloose and directing the enchanting Shriek Jr., have captivated audiences and showcased her exceptional talent. Academically, she fearlessly challenges boundaries, consistently achieving the pinnacle of excellence, securing overall excellence endorsements in Year 11 and Year 12, with outstanding potential for Year 13, pending results. The pursuit of the Scholarship English examination since Year 11 demonstrates an unwavering commitment to excellence, inspiring fellow scholars along her journey. An adept creator of prose and poetry, her emotive writings have garnered numerous awards and prestigious competitions and have earned her Western High School prizes for creative and non-fiction writing in both Year 12 and Year 13. Her thirst for knowledge spans disciplines, from science to humanities, showcasing her versatility and readiness for university. Her deep connection to nature, nurtured through her passion for the outdoors, coupled with her resilience in overcoming challenges, is evidenced in her achievements in Western High School's outdoor education program, define her as a multifaceted and tenacious scholar. In recognising her exceptional character, unwavering talent and academic prowess, voiced with further refinement through higher studies, the Lions Club of Hokitika and Western District Council is extremely proud to present the Western Scholarship to Ella Stewart. Right, and from there we move on to the Civic Awards. Go up generations. And nominations are open to all residents of the Western community in the categories of Westerner of the Year, overall prestige, Senior Westerner of the Year, over 60, Community Group Organisation of the Year, that takes us down in the age group, and then Local Hero, someone who deserves recognition for their often unnoticed service to the district or a township within a district. So we'll start with the Civic Award Local Hero. This is someone who deserves recognition for their often unnoticed service to the district or a township within a district. The winner of the Local Hero Civic Award stands as an unsung hero in the Harry community, dedicating herself tirelessly over many years to the creation, development, enhancement and maintenance of the Harry Community Park. Through rain or shine, she has been the driving force behind ensuring it remains a stunning and safe haven for locals and visitors. Tourists consistently praise the park's amazing design and brilliance. Helene has meticulously and steadily worked towards the creation of a tranquil and picturesque park, catering to both the townspeople and the multitude of tourists who visit daily, including the many tour buses that stop there every day. Her dedication knows no bounds, often spending her spare moments any day of the week perfecting this wonderful space. Her devotion to the mosaic garden and various other projects within the park is a testament to her unwavering commitment. Despite her pivotal role, she has always shied away from recognition, never seeking a word of gratitude for her immense contributions. The park stands as a testament to her dedication, providing an excellent setting for both locals and visitors in a serene ambience. It's a place cherished by all, young and old. Her selfless efforts in gifted Harry was something truly remarkable that will stand the test of time. The Lions Club of Hokitika and Western District Council are proud to present the Local Hero Civic Award to Helene Heinzman. Unfortunately, doesn't appear to be here with us today, so we will ensure that Helene receives that, and that she will make sure we do it at the next community meeting down there. Recognised by the wider community. So the next one is the Community Group or Organisation of the Year. And this recognises a group of people that together have made an outstanding difference to the community. They foster a strong sense of community spirit, and their achievements enhance the social, economic, cultural and environmental prosperity of our district, making it stronger and more vibrant. The winner of the Community Group Organisation of the Year Civic Award is Kapapa Māori social service organisation established to meet the needs of all Māori in Te Whai Ōpitini. The organisation was established in collaboration with Westreet by Davina Simpson in Warri area in September 2021 after it was identified that there was a significant need for support for Māori whānau to access healthcare, food, COVID-19 information and vaccinations, and other social service agencies such as work and income. The organisation has quickly grown to include supporting Tamariki to attend school holiday programs, decolonisation workshops, rangatahi mentoring and wellbeing programs, and developing a whānau knowledge and skills in Te Reo and Te Ao Māori. The organisation is not for profit and currently employs 16 staff working across Te Whai Ōpitini. The two main goals of the organisation are to improve outcomes for Māori and create a viable and sustainable social service agency for Te Whai Ōpitini. The Lions Club of Hokitika and Western District Council are proud to present the Community Group Organisation of the Year Civic Award to Te Hono o Ngā Waka. Yes,
I'll run the phone off. Can't see. Yeah, Hayley, yeah. Oh, Sarah. Yeah, come this way. Oh, they don't have to pay, so just, but you want to have to move a little bit that later. Spread out. Yeah, yeah, perfect.
Now the next award is for Senior Resident of the Year over 60. It recognises those aged 60 and over who have made a positive contribution to our district. Nominees will have contributed to the welfare of our district through excellence in their chosen field. They will present a significant and positive image of ageing and be a role model to wider community, whether it be in business, sports, arts, education or community involvement. And unfortunately the recipient of this award can't be with us today and will be presented with the award in her hometown of Ross, and it's Eileen Jones. Eileen has been recognised as a vibrant force within the community, serving as sympathies lead for the Ross community while also excelling as the financial controller and fundraiser for the Ross Water and Bird Sanctuary. The remarkable fundraising efforts have equipped this group to effectively protect predators, significantly reducing their impact on the sanctuary's wildlife. Beyond her professional role, she organises various outings, including movie screenings, lunches and walks tailored for the older members of the community. Her dedication extends further as she generously volunteers her time despite having extended family members living with her and her husband. Her coordination and logistics expertise ensure any activities and outings she organises are not only successful but also enjoyable for all involved. Her compassionate nature shines through as she extends care and support to the community's elderly and others facing specific life challenges, whether medical or otherwise. Her presence in her community has brought immense benefits, particularly to the older and sometimes disadvantaged members. At a youthful 70, she embodies the spirit of service and compassion, making a profound impact on the lives of those around her. So we will ensure that Eileen receives her award.
She's actually doing the Christmas dinner.
She's doing what she does.
So she turned this down to do what she
To be present for what she does in her community, so we can enjoy that. Right. And that's this beautiful award here. Now, the last one is Resident of the Year. And this honours the achievements and contributions of an inspirational person who has made a significant contribution to the district. The pursuit of excellence may be in areas of science, business, the arts, cultural or community involvement, sport, education and health. The Westlander of the Year Award will recognise an individual who, through his or her achievements, has made an outstanding contribution to the well-being of the district. In recognition of an individual whose unwavering dedication and diverse contributions have played a big role in the success of the Westland community. This Westlander of the Year embodies the spirit of service, serving as an inspiration for our community. As a visionary force behind the establishment of the West Coast Wilderness Trail, his commitment to fostering outdoor exploration and tourism has contributed to the transformation of our region to a destination of adventure in our natural environment. His leadership as President of St Vincent de Paul and steadfast involvement in the Friends of St Mary's Church exemplify unparalleled devotion to community service, enriching the lives of those around him. He celebrates our wild local culture with infectious enthusiasm, fostering a sense of pride and unity within our diverse community. His welcoming spirit knows no bounds, extending warmth and hospitality to all who traverse our town, embodying the very essence of Westland's vibrant soul. The Lions Club of Hokitika and Western District Council are proud to present Westlander of the Year Civic Award to Mike Heenan.
I was actually conned to be here today. I was told that I had to be here to bring another person here. And I said, I can't make it because I'm working. They said, no, you have to give up. And I thought, oh, the councillor shouting afternoon tea. So I thought I'd come on. But yeah, I'm quite humbled by this. And I know that there's a lot of people out in the community that do a hell of a lot of work. And I'm sure I congratulate all the winners. And, you know, I'm sure that you put in the effort to do it. I've been very lucky in life to have a volunteer's role, and I look at Di from the Lake Canary Triathlon, and look at Paul from the Woodstock Greenview, and also the cycle trail, which has been a big thing for us as well. I suppose I'm not supposed to talk anyway.
Bringing somebody not expecting this, you're doing really well.
I'm inspired by other people, to be honest.
No one can con you, Michael. No one can con you.
I won't say that.
Take some photos.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Congratulations to all the others winners.
Backwards.
Oh,
So that concludes this afternoon's ceremony and awards. So thank you once again to everybody for being here and the support people that have come and supported of others. And congratulations to you all, because it's every piece that you play in the community makes our community richer for everybody else. And it'd be nice if we could make this quite infectious through the wider region, because you know, so even a little bit of effort pulls together, it makes everybody's contribution lighter. So thank you all very much. I think we have to recognise you all very much. Thank you.
Well done, everyone. Great stuff. Great achievements. Go on, Michael.
Hey, that's right. Oh, hang on,
It's not their job to put it online. They've got the invitation.
Oh, is it not? Oh.
We can't find it.
Oh, really?
Last update on the key projects on the
Oh.
They're telling people to
One's going to be down, another one's going. Now I've got a nice coffee. Circulating coffee. Just don't drop the trophy. So we're waiting for anybody, we're not now, are we? Except for, oh, he's over there. Okay, so we will move on to the Youth Council and Strategy Update, and welcome to Ashley Kesson, Jane Wika and Samuel Bastian, who will provide a PowerPoint presentation and verbal update. So they have been working on the youth strategy for Westland. So Ashley and Riley have been working on this in conjunction with Sam from Mayor's Task Force for Jobs. With Sam and Jade. So we've built
a small correction. Jade will join us in support from behind back to Haida from the Mayor's Task Force for Jobs.
Yep. So we sort of felt it was a category that needed to be pulled out and tidied up and brought up to date in conjunction with Mayor's Task Force for Jobs. So welcome guys to the table, and it's all yours.
Thank you. Different on this side of the table. Madam Mayor, Western District Councillors and Kaifaka Haida, Mr. C. Young, Council staff, Ahi Marie, good afternoon and thanks for having us. That was a pretty hard act to follow, but those winners are exactly why we're here today. I'd like to extend our congratulations to all of those winners, and I'm sure we'll all eagerly be watching on to see where those young leaders end up. Today we're stoked to have been allocated 15 minutes of the meeting time to update you on the work we are looking to do and have already done for the youth space here in Westland. Joining me, as I said earlier, to Haida and Sam.
I just want to ask you, just going to leave it shut while that noise goes, because it's very hard to hear. Yeah, yes, thanks, Hal. Yeah, just until they've gone, and then we'll open up. I know it's supposed to be open.
And as Mayor Lash said earlier, we've had support from Councillor Burden to this point, and we look forward to his support going forward. Also, we've noted the support we've had from these 30 lovely ladies from Mayor's Task Force for Jobs and Development West Coast. And move this one, right? Cool. So a bit around the board, there's some reasons here on the board, but for me it's a bit different. So in my time here on the West Coast, I've seen that our young and our youth tend to be one of our leading exports. And for a place with a name that literally translates to the place that return, not all of them do. For me, that's a real challenge for our future, and you can see it and you hear it in all the statistical predictions for Westland, and that's something I don't want to sit back and let come true. What is youth and what is young? Well, perception is one measure of this, and most organisations have their own measure of this. Funnily enough, Local Government New Zealand will recognise me as young for my next 7 birthdays, but I challenge the idea that that will adequately represent the youth view of our community. Also, while we're talking about Local Government New Zealand and young, which is an elected member under 40 years of age, Western District Council should be quite proud of our elected members here with the highest percentage of young elected members in the country, with 3 of the 9 being 33 1/3%, only equalled by our northern compadres up at Hauraki District Council with 4 of 12. It's also worth noting in that young elected space, 16% of all young elected members in New Zealand fit into that category, of which 7.5% of all mayors as well. So how to work on this and where are we going to go forward? There's been successful models rolled out from around the country, and I don't think we need to reinvent the wheel. For me, the logical first step would be establishing this youth council to then work in tandem with us around the council table to create a youth strategy and move forward. And again, it's worth noting our most recent youth strategy is both short and old. At 2 pages, or just about 2 pages, and approaching 20 years old itself. It's a bit of a challenge. I'll pass it to Sam and to Haida to make on the presentation.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sam, and this is Haida. Thank you.
Which clicker is that?
There we go. So why do we need this? By letting the youth shape the coast as a space that is attractive to them, we open up the district for youth engagement and connectedness. Through this, we will be able to give them opportunities to understand the system in which they take part in, so that they will be able to, we will be able to give them opportunities to understand, so that they can have more informed insights on further developments within the district. It can also become a development tool for the council that provides valuable youth insights on matters of the district and the community, helping you through either running surveys or providing immediate insights from their viewpoint. We've also taken into account the current youth policy adopted by the Westland District Council and believe that the founding of the discussed Youth Council will help to validate this policy in regard to advocating on behalf of our local rangatahi. Within the currently adopted youth policy, it discusses working with the Youth Council to ensure that their views are considered when it comes to the planning and development of council policies and activities. We've reached out to different councils from around New Zealand in order to get a better understanding of how they came to start, the size of their opus, what they do, and how they do it. Through our contacts with these different groups, we've seen a range of different goals, values for their communities, with some prioritising youth voice in the community, some offer a chance for them to plan and prepare events for the youth within the community, while some even offer, some councils even offer the youth on the Youth Council further training opportunities. Our hope is that the Youth Council within Westland will be able to offer a different perspective on policies that affect youth in the district and bring forward insights from their ranging upbringings and cultures. We've gained some key insights from these meetings with other councils, discussing how youth councils should adapt to each generation it works with, and discussed reaching out beyond our local schools in order to reach youth that may have otherwise not been noted for consideration. A key point that we noted during our meetings was that with such a vast district, it can be difficult to bring our youth together in a single space. We discussed online meetings and how we could make them work, coming to the conclusion of having smaller set committees to match the council boards within the district council. And I'll pass it on to Haita.
Kia ora koutou. While working on this project, we have combed through different youth frameworks, strategies, and outlines. And the Manataiohi Code of Ethics is a strengths-based framework which emphasizes building relationships with rangatahi by helping to build their sense of agency, engage in mana-enhancing practices, and support them in becoming empowered leaders in their communities. Waiwaihitanga recognizing that youth are valued contributors to society, giving them the agency to participate and share responsibility. This means we support our youth in navigating and practicing and the opportunities that lie within our district while also magnifying their voices. Another document we also investigated was the Positive Youth Development in Aotearoa Framework, which discussed developing connected communities. At the intersection of youth and community development are having healthy relationships with our youth where we can build a healthier, more thriving community. This connection is an important part of developing the strengths and skills of youth and creating opportunities for them to take ownership of their place in the community. It discusses building ownership and empowerment through advocacy, participation, power, and agency. This means acknowledging that youth development isn't just facilitating change for youth, but understanding that our rangatahi, their whānau, and iwi are all part of the process when it comes to developing the community.
With all that in mind, our plan is to create a youth council of 12 to 16 rangatahi from across the district. We'd like to form this group of youths from a wide range of backgrounds and cultures. We'll be forming the youth council out of smaller committees of 3 to 4 members set in the key wards around the district, with the purpose of bringing the unique needs of youth within those areas to the attention of the WDC. To do this, we plan to get in touch with different organisations from throughout Westland to maximise the diversity of our members so that we might collect a wide range of perspectives. We want the Westland Youth Council to become a valuable tool that can enrich youth with real-world knowledge on how regional politics works and how to work within our systems.
At this stage, At this stage, Whistler and TFJ is funded by MSD through LGNZ for another 18 months. And TFJ are supporters of this kaupapa and recognise the need for youth voice within the Whistler community.
TFJ believes this will support people 12 to 24 contribute valuable insights to local government. Since the inception of the program, there's been a noticeable gap in the area of local youth voice. We're willing to host a space for youth council meetings, as well as help recruit youths from the district and offer consultation to council in regard to supporting youth. And now let's pass you back to Ash.
Cool, and as you can see here, there's a few key steps I guess we'd look to move forward. Obviously starting to work around the youth strategy and plan itself, but then the space can lead to anything that's important to those young elected members and what's important to them and their peers. A view that unfortunately I guess that 30 or 29 as our youngest member is possibly a little bit distant from. Of course there'll be a cost to this. It's forecasted to be pretty low, and we're lucky to have support from the two parties sitting alongside us today to help cover some of those costs. And we'll come back with a bit more detail on that in the new year. Obviously the value it'll add will be far extent of the cost it will bring. What we're asking for today is on the screen, but to make it clear, agreement in principle to support this process going forward, so we can continue with the work we're doing and bring back a report to council in 2024, looking for formal support around that with any form of budget attached to it. And if you're unsure, now's the time to ask any questions, but if you don't have one now or don't want to ask it now, feel free to reach out at any time. Thanks for listening and any questions, but also, hey, look, neither of these two wanted to be here today.
Well, you two spoke exceptionally well as a tag team too. Well done, because it's a bit daunting when you haven't done it before. Brilliant. And nobody can sell it something like this better than people that are engrossed and immersed in a program themselves. So we're the richer for having you here at the meeting, so thank you. Questions?
Here's the hard ones.
I just want to say I support it fully. I think that it's about time that youth were more involved in deciding their future instead of a group, older group like us. They have more at stake than we have, and I think there are more issues pending for them, and they're far more important. So, yep, it's a good idea.
Yeah, I support that, and also Ash does.
No, it's wonderful that we can look at this and open the lid on this and let it develop, because you know you guys are our future. So it's important that you're on the pathway with us, and there's no better way of having people learn than actually getting on the ground floor, coming on the journey, and it creates a great succession program for us as well moving forward. So politics is going to be at your feet as you progress through life. So welcome aboard.
We'll take it as agreement in principle, and we'll come back in February if someone wants to pinch us.
You might get the same agreement if you want money.
It won't be much, but there will be something. Yeah. I guess if the other parties included on that council would be expected to that space, but we'll come back to you on that.
And I think that's the other thing too, is that we've got to look at what's important. You know, we've got some pretty hard decisions to make going forward, but we've also got to look at what's important to our wider communities in Westland as well, and look at where we prioritise that focus. So look forward to seeing you back here in the new year.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Well done.
Actually, just before everybody goes, I'll just spill a little can. He opened a little can of Ukalit. He's just been away at the Young Elected Members Conference up north, and he's actually been nominated for Young Elected Member of the Year. Ooh. So,
We'll get a vote on that.
do we get a vote?
No, it's been awarded postpartum to a young elected member who passed away in the last year.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh no, he passed away, but he thoroughly deserves the award.
Yeah, so it's been done posthumously.
Yep.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, that's a nice touch.
Dished out last Friday night at the awards dinner.
Right, okay. But still, pretty cool. And again, I mean, Ashley sort of the lead, Riley, it's about succession planning for councils going forward too. And I think I'm thrilled that we've got these young guys on board with us that actually are our future.
future councillors up there.
Yeah. So well done to everybody. It's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. So can we have it's not on the sheet, but can we have a move and a second, please, that the Youth Council strategy report be received? Thank you, Councillor Beard, Councillor Davidson, thank you very much for that. So now we will get back to business again on the reallocation of government funding. Scott, the floor is yours, please.
Okay.
Just let me find it. Sorry. Actually, Jake, yeah, sorry, I was just going to say you want to leave the door open. Thank you. Sorry. Right.
Okay, I'll take the report as read. What I will say is that we've been managing and monitoring this funding very closely. And as you would expect, over time, some projects move faster than others. Projects spend more money than you would expect. Some don't spend what you anticipate they will spend. So this is about reallocating funding that has already been nominated to Westland District Council within a tight window of time frame to ensure that the money gets spent on good projects within the district before the project deadline of December 2024. So I've been reading some of the coverage which has suggested that we've been seeking extra funding to cover projects, and that's not what this is about at all. This is about moving the money around. And we've got a dispensation from government that as long as we stick within the project headings, subject to council approval, we can actually do this. We only have to go back to government for consent if we're actually asking to radically change anything or move something from one heading to another. So I just thought I'd put that in context. And I think councillors are quite happy to take questions.
Scott, why those three versus other projects? I guess there's a process that went through in that space.
Yeah, we went through it as part of the project group, including the chief executive. And what we wanted to do was identify projects that we were comfortable could actually hit the requirements that we needed in the time frame. What we didn't want to do was to set balls rolling and then there was after the prices go on, then it would push it out. Certainly with relation to Heritage Antigua, that is money that they've already committed and we need to cover that shortfall. In relation to Ross, it gives us an opportunity to fund the initial remedial work in the community, subject to us then looking at what the wider costs would be for that. So it gives us something we can kind of hit the button and go pretty quickly on.
I'd just like to highlight too, through your worship, there will be other projects that will come under budget too, and then we'll be bringing further reports back to council for consideration in the new year once those projects are completed. You will see from the list that's been supplied, some have already been completed and there's some under budget projects that are in there.
I mean, the key issue for us is we don't want to have to give money back. We would see a terrible waste. And given that this was through water stimulus funding, there won't be any more that we can see coming down. This will be money that will be lost if it doesn't get spent.
In terms of the Ross, what's the a little bit sort of lost about the background of that?
So effectively, where the steel structural steels go into the ground, basically, so we've got to put in a temporary solution to secure that. And then from that, we need to look at what a more permanent solution would be to the structure.
Yeah. So what's the swimming pool like?
The pool itself is all right. The external.
Have we had a report on that?
We've had an engineering report that's come out and said that there is a stopgap solution which will last about 18 months to 2 years, which is to effectively do some welding and some bolting and re-secure the existing structural steels into the ground. And there's a piece of work do, which is, but what is the longer term solution that we need for the pool?
I think the council's referring to the actual swimming pool, not the structure
Oh,
itself.
right.
The swimming pool, yes.
Yeah, I mean, the swimming, to the best of my knowledge, the swimming pool's fine itself.
Yeah, I'd like to sort of, find out what the pool's like before we, spend a bit of money on something that may not be, in good condition.
I'm not sure if the report actually covers off the integrity of the swimming pool. The focus of the report, originally the report was to check it for earthquake strength.
Yes.
And this is the report that's come back showing some major deficiencies in the structure itself.
And the other thing is, what would it cost to build you? I'm just looking at that steel, and I'm thinking, well, that's like 40K. Perhaps in another 5 to 10 years' time.
So within the next piece of work will be, this is only a stopgap measure. So within the capital program that we put forward for the long-term plan, there will be funding made available to resolve the structure in detail. So to replace the structure.
To replace it, so roughly what would that cost? Any idea?
I think
We haven't done that piece of work yet in terms of what it will cost to do a complete structural rebuild.
Sorry, it's Paul.
Worship, apart from the fact that the staff will approved its consideration given to continuing the heritage interpretation project. The form?
the issue, through your worship, the issue there is the time frame to have that completed by the end of November. Considering there were 22 panels that need to be developed, including all the historical elements that went with it. So that work hadn't even started prior to that person leaving. So we. And we did that leave. This was Carolina leaving. She was. Doesn't mean that that can't be picked up at a later stage as a future project. But it won't be able to be finished in the time of the funding allocation.
So this was funded, I'm just trying to get my head around some of this, Scott. So the interpretation panels originally had a budget out of federal funding, but it never went ahead because Kariana left. But now, so you're not looking for more for that, you're just looking for...
We're looking to reallocate the money that was for the interpretation.
Right, so canning that all together as opposed to keeping that there.
Yeah.
So the Western Industrial Heritage Park, do they not factor in consent costs when they budgeted the buildings? I'm just a little bit concerned on the budgeting side of some of these things because, you know, it doesn't matter who gets the money, they've all got to be accountable with it. Because people can't keep coming back asking for more because they haven't accommodated this or that. So do we need to be assisting them more when they're doing their budgets and planning?
I think as far as we reasonably can, we do. I mean, certainly with the heritage part, they've got a reputation for doing things and doing it target budget wise. What I can say is there's always things that may or may not come up with some projects, as I was saying earlier on, that cost more. Other projects have come in under budget. Certainly from our perspective, we're not seeing this as a lack of budgetary management. We're seeing this more as it costs more than was originally anticipated. And you've also got to bear in mind that a lot of these early costs were based on cost estimates. So we've had another organisation come back to us to say that they've now had a full tender come through, and it's very significantly higher than the original cost estimate they got from somebody else.
Okay.
There's a very short time frame for putting in the applications for community groups, which possibly didn't allow.
Okay. So the Carnegie fit out, where there's that funding there, they're wanting to have, what is it, 50k transferred into that.
Yeah.
But we were told this morning that the funding that's there is adequate and they're hoping to run that to budget. So why are we needing to put 50k into that?
Certainly the discussion that we were having when we were putting this together was that this would allow us to put money in that would mean that it wouldn't have to be funded by rate. So effectively, we reallocated the better off funding and effectively saves the
Right. Right, so it offsets the cost to the ratepayer. And it's cold. Okay. Councillor Burton?
Through your worship, just back to Councillor David's question around the Ross pool. I think it's important that we actually do a real look at the pool. There's no point in building a roof over something, or fixing a roof, or doing any work over anything that potentially we don't know the actual state of the pool. So I think it would be good to do a full appraisal of the whole situation and where to go.
Do we know the usage of the pool? Like, is it well used?
The group that manager will probably be able to get that information. I mean, I fully support doing some remedial work and getting it back open, because I had a number of phone calls there closed saying what's happening with the pool. But there's obviously some serious, no maintenance has clearly been done for a long time.
I mean, certainly this issue is about getting the pool back open, and we can do it pretty quickly.
Yeah, and I'm completely supporting that.
The broader piece of work, absolutely right. I mean, there is something that we are going to have to look at in terms of what we do with Ross Pool, treatment pool is, how it's run, whether we keep it, whether we there's a whole range of things that we need to do.
Yes, I just think it's really important that we can look at, like you say, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Sure.
But in the short term, absolutely, spend some money to get back open.
Through your worship, so that 40k, what does it actually buy us? Does it actually buy us the solution that gets the pool?
It buys you about 18 months to 2 years to get the pool.
And the engineering solution from Davis Ogilvy, has that been costed? And that there's a design there.
Yes, I mean, so the money that we're asking for is within the budget costs to get the pool back open.
So 40,000 covers the elements in that design, or is only part of the total cost?
No, it gets the pool back open, it builds whatever it is we need to build and connect it to. It doesn't do is give you a long-term solution to, what we're talking about is something that will get the pool open for 18 months to 2 years. It's not a complete solution to what needs to be remediated, or need to be tied into what Riley's just outlined, which is we need to limit its life before we invest any further money in it.
Yeah, I think overall that there's a general mood here that whether 40,000 is worth spending, taking 40,000 for the better off funding is worth spending on that particular project compared to other ones. There's some uncertainties about that pool, its usage, the integrity of the actual pool itself. So I think it's a bit premature to sort of allocate funds if we don't have a good picture of what the state of the actual pool and its possible future usage.
Through worship, me begs the question of what happened to the idea of asset management plans. This was talked about when I first came on the council, and it seems that somewhere along the line here we dropped the ball because no one has kept an eye on that, the state of that building, and
Well, in terms of, I mean, what you've identified was something that I would expect as part of the usual business as usual. And certainly, as you've seen, Jan has joined us last May as a highly professional facilities building project manager, and he is further developing our whole approach to investment in our assets.
so through your worship, will that include asset management plans?
Well, we do asset management plans now. I mean, we've got asset management plans as part of our 3-year LTP process. So, there is an asset management plan in existence already that was...
Well, what's Paul one saying?
Well, clearly it says something different to what you just outlined. I mean, the issue that we've got is it's an investment. you know, the items that have come up were not picked up. You know, there is no doubt.
As for the, whether or not funding is allocated now until we find out the state of the pool itself and the use of it, I think it's probably a little bit mean for Ross. I think it's well used in Ross community and in school, even though school's about to break, but, you know, the kids of their community, good use of that pool. And I think they feel a little bit hard done by if we were going to hold back on funding for a safety issue, so they can get back into the pool.
On the back of that question, if we approve the $40,000, when will the pool be open again? Under a hole in it.
Without being sort of down to the wool, I've been told about a month to get it in.
Is it because of the Christmas New Year stand-down period, or?
That's just the time I've been given to go on site and get it.
How long can they do it earlier?
Well, there's quite a bit of engineering component that needs to be developed.
I mean, we went to a company who were not as quick at blocks as we would have liked, and then they've gone to another company to get the required.
Yeah.
So, if I may, Jan just emailed to say that the work starting on Ross Pool tomorrow should be open.
Oh, really?
Without any money.
Really, the engineering will be done? It's a
If
bit
the
of.
funding's approved, it can start tomorrow.
That's quite enough. You've done well.
I must be listening in.
I hope he heard we're really capable, but I said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if the group wants to allocate the funds, I pick up what Paul's saying. I think we shouldn't be too mean-spirited, but I think there's that underlying issue that pool just suddenly didn't rot away overnight. And why haven't we looking at that? It should have been picked up years ago.
So maybe having the pool assessed for it, so we've got an idea of its lifespan going forward, because we do need to know what it's looking like.
I think that's what's happened's happened, and but I'd just like to see how long it's going to last by spending 40K on it, and replacement costs for it. It'd be really good to sort of know those numbers now.
True,
I mean, I'd like to see the pool covered up so the kids can use it. Not against that at all, but certainly want to look at the how long it's going to last, because if it's going to rust out another 2 years.
So what you're asking is it a patch-up job, or we're doing a major fix? Is that what you're asking?
Exactly. Yeah.
Major fix will be significantly more money.
Yes. Yeah.
I think for 2 years it's probably good value.
Sorry?
I think for 2 years, it lasts for 2 years, and it's money that we didn't directly use.
Look, if it gets the pool secure, gets it safe, gets so it's usable, while we look at the pool, the overall pool, because there's also what happens with it as far as ownership, whether it gets gifted to the community, we stay with it, what state it's in, and what it needs going forward. So I think that's generally the consensus around the table going forward. Have a look at the pool. So if that news is good that the pool could be open by Christmas, Jan, well done.
Christmas. No pressure, that's 6 days.
You said Christmas, you said Christmas, didn't you?
Yes.
In a week? They'll have it done in a week?
6 days.
Temporary repairs on the steel structure so we can have it open. We still need to do bigger works to it at some point. The temporary repairs will probably give us a year and a half, 2 years max. So in between opening and that, we have to plan a proper project. But the idea is to do temporary repairs now and have it open so they can use it and plan the bigger project.
It'll be a nice Christmas for Ross.
What's the long-term plan?
Well, we still need to scope out what needs to be done. Sorry.
That speech is not working.
Oh, sorry about that. I was part of the last week. So we still need to get in and scope up what needs to be do as a permanent solution. So we've started that process, but we haven't got all the costings in yet. So we put in an estimate. What we've done in the meantime, we've looked at the steel structure, what is urgent and what is a current safety issue. We've gotten that cost. We do have some budget allocated at the moment that we're using to do that temporary repairs. Like I said, the focus at the moment was to get that temporary repairs done, get the pool open, to give us a bit more time so we can actually plan a proper project to get it done properly, which we've put into the capital budget for the next council.
So if you've got budget allocated that you're spending now for the fix-up, where does this 40,000?
So the 40,000 is a reallocation from the Better Off funding to contribute towards the bigger budget.
Towards the bigger budget, so
Yes,
it might not be spent by the end of next
we're
year.
not going to need that 40,000 to do the temporary repairs now. We're starting tomorrow, so we're given the go.
We can use the Better Off funding to offset.
To offset or to contribute to the bigger project and the permanent repair job.
So how long is this still going to last for?
Well, like I said, we're doing this.
Can I just stop you? The 40,000 is actually to offset the ratepayers' costs of doing temporary repairs plus anything related to that. It is to get this done. If we don't get the 40 grand Better Off funding, effectively the repairs get done, but it gets funded through the ratepayers. It's to offset the ratepayers' contribution.
So how much are the temporary repairs costing?
It's about, I don't have all the costing in my head, but the engineer drawings was about $9,000 and the steelwork contract is about 21.
So it's 30.
Yeah.
So then we still have 10,000 of Better Off funding, which would go to the long-term, potentially to the long-term thing for the Moss Pool, but that probably won't be spent next year. And we were told before, I think, that the Better Off funding has to be spent by the end of 24.
And I suggested that the remaining funding goes to the design of the next stage and the investigation work. We'll use it all.
Of course, we spent 11 grand already on the engineering work on that. That's coming up with a solution. So it's all a cost.
Overall. No. That's why we must.
Right.
If we do repairs, if we do the proper big project, it'll give us a proper lifespan, probably 22 years.
Okay. Thanks. Thank you very much for that clarification. Thank you, it's really appreciated. Any further questions for Scott on that? Okay.
Just over the whole issue, I would have liked to have seen this rather than just come to us with 3 projects for the money to go towards. I would like to have seen it go out to the community in the way that we did the other one previously.
So the other one, through your worship, the other one was only a portion of the Better Off funding. It was a contestable fund, not the whole fund.
And part of the reason it was a relatively small amount was because of the time frame that was left for Rex to apply. And I don't have any issue with where it's going, but I think it should have gone out wider.
It's an out for new projects.
It could sort of come under cultural heritage or community.
And that can get a little bit, I guess it's a matter of whether that is how it should be done, or we look at this and say what have we got where that money could be split to that's going to get those jobs across the line and completed, or take pressure off the ratepayers. So at some stage that's got to come back to council for that thought process anyway, as opposed to taking it out and then having 11 needs and then back to the drawing board if we spend it.
And just through the because of the process for the Better Off funding, which was just prior to the term of this council taking place with the previous council determining the projects. If you determine with the funds that we can't determine wouldn't be spent on the projects already advised, that would be a full consultation process. It then comes through council, which then would have to go back to MV to approve, which means maybe that expenditure by the vehicle would not be achieved. Hence, going back to the projects previously approved and reallocating.
So any further questions for Scott? Right, so can I have a mover and seconder, please, in that we resolve that A, the report be received, B, that council reallocate part of Better Off funding, culture and heritage Westland Interpretational Panel project funding, 19,000 to the Westland Industrial Heritage Park project, reallocate part of the Better Off funded cultural and heritage Westland Interpretation Panel project funding of 50,000 to the Carnegie Fit Out Design, and reallocate cost savings in the Better Off funding community halls portfolio, 40,000 to the Rostrum Pool Emergency Works. Thank you, Councillor Davison. Councillor Riley, thank you very much. All in favour? Aye. Against? Sorry, Councillor Wiggins. Sorry. Against?
I suppose.
Carried.
I guess technically there were actually three options in the report, A, B and C, but I think the general feeling is we're just going to go with option one.
Well, that was how I took the general sentiment around the table from the comments. If I had have thought that we needed to do a selection, I would have asked for that, but the consensus has been that we put that money in and get that pool open. Am I correct in that? I believe so.
Yeah.
Yep. Right, thank you for that. Thank you, Scott. So moving on to draft significance and engagement policy. Emma, welcome to the table. She's on the screen. Emma?
Good afternoon, Mayor and Councillors. I would like to take the report as read and ask if there are any questions.
Yes, Paul.
Through your worship, my question is why is Paki Waitoa being put on here as a strategic asset? Given the strategic asset is defined as one that needs to retain, to maintain capacity to achieve or promote an outcome that council determines to be important to the current or future well-being of the community. If you look down that list, and the airport and the roads, water treatment, stormwater, elderly housing, Care Square, community halls, cemeteries, etc.
I believe when the Paki Waitoa was purchased, it was designated in that report and resolved on to be added to the significance and engagement policy as a strategic asset. However, it wasn't. So Emma has added that on as an amendment to that, but if council want to leave it off, then we can resolve to it not being strategic.
Yes, that's really worship. That's what I'm questioning. Why is this maybe previous council determined that that's the system, but I'm not sure that this council agrees with that.
Sorry, just through your worship as well. Just bear in mind we had to go through a full LT amendment when we purchased this building because our auditors deemed it to be of significance in terms of the value that was purchased, over $1 million. Another reason why it's been put on there. And bear in mind that if it's not considered a strategic asset, consultation is not required in terms of its future as well.
So, summarising that, it has to be registered as where it is to service the best way as far as how we manage that going forward.
Yeah, I would suggest it would be left on there. I mean, at the end of the day, whatever decision you make regarding the buildings, that will be attended to at that time. It's already been resolved as a strategic asset. That's what it was intended to be at the time.
Through the worship, I mean, a lot of water's gone under the bridge since then. And at the time, hardly awareness. And the purchase of the building was for no particular purpose, to be honest. I don't see how that can now be defined as strategic, even back then.
Am I correct in just thinking that the strategic asset is more an umbrella for assets to sit under?
Yes, it is. it's the value of it mainly to council and to what they purchased, the intent they purchased it for, which was a community hub, basically. It's still a strategic asset until you determine otherwise. And as Sam said, really the LTP is the best place to do that. It doesn't make it cost any more money, it doesn't make it,
It doesn't mean we're going to keep it forever.
It doesn't mean that.
It's just simply a categorisation for where it sits.
And the fact we did have to go through an LTP amendment to actually purchase it, I would suggest that it's still a strategic asset.
If it's included as a strategic asset, does that make it more difficult to get rid of?
No. If we can, no, it would just be determined through an LTP. But what we are already talking about the buildings in the LTP this time, so there's still a decision to be made on the buildings. So as long as we allude to the fact in the LTP that there will be some changes in what we do with buildings, may divest some or whatever, then we can actually dispose of it at any time.
May I make a recommendation? We have on the Word document with the track changes all the deletions, but no additions. In this case, it's been picked up there, but potentially going forward, if we had additions there as well, it would reflect the conversation a bit easier, to make it a bit more transparent around which things are being added as opposed to removed.
Emma?
I'm sorry, you had your hand in front of your mouth. I couldn't hear a lot of that.
Sorry, you've got all the track changes for those that have been deleted, but nothing for those that have been added. For transparency,
Yep.
It's really useful for us to have those noted as well, so we can pick up those changes other than Paul's eagle eye picking that up. And the other changes, obviously, where things have been added, where other things have been removed.
No, nothing particularly significant. As I've said in the report, it's majority of it is simply administrative changes to ensure that things like macrons are used correctly, and a couple of the items have been changed in their formatting. They have not been removed. They've just been moved upwards in the document, and then the inclusion of asking staff to consider climate change impacts, and that is based on the legislative requirement through the Resource Management Act that council has to have that in their consideration.
Yes.
The one about climate change through the Resource Management Act, is that the new legislation that's going to be repealed?
At the time of review, the legislation, that part of the RMA hasn't changed, and clearly the government is returning to the RMA as it stands at this point in time.
Yes, that's right. Yes. On a more innocuous matter, 2.2 where it refers to iwi and Runanga, one and the same.
Did you hear that, Emma?
No.
Sorry, it's a bit difficult because one of the microphones is not working.
2.2 talks about engagement of iwi and Runanga, but they're one and the same.
They're one and the same, Emma.
So it's not an amendment, we can fix that.
Nice, noted that, haven't you? Yep. So we'll get that tidied up.
It goes in 3.7 as well.
Yep, 3.7 as well. Okay. Paul, are you quite comfortable that's the only places that it's Not correct? Okay, and Diane's got that noted, so we'll make those amendments here, Emma, and Di will communicate with you on those amendments. Is everybody else quite happy now with the report? So if we've got no further questions for Emma, can I have a mover and seconder, please, and resolve that the report be received? Oh, sorry, the report be received, that the draft significance and engagement policy be adopted for inclusion in the draft long-term plan, subject to 3.7 and 2.2 being amended, and that the following engagement consultation will be undertaken, inclusion of the significance and engagement policy in the long-term plan consultation process.
Happy to move that.
Thank you, Councillor Kesson, Councillor Burden. Everybody in favour of that? Yeah. Great, thank you. Thank you, Emma, for that. Right, moving on to sale of land. Leslie.
Chair, I'll take the report as read and answer any questions.
Councillor Kesson.
Through your worship, great and supportive of this, looking at any other options going forward. I know there's a few people working there, but look forward to that work and our best at some stage. Secondarily, process of sale and transparency around that process. What are we looking at and how does that
Yeah,
take
so we're getting a market valuation. We'll get that in the new year. And then our preference is to go with the local agencies, the property brokers or something like that.
Just to highlight through your worship, there is a full property sale policy the council has, which is raised, I suppose, last year when there was a piece of land sold.
Correct, we don't want to go back there.
No, so we had developed, which has been endorsed by council, so there is a full procedure to follow.
Great.
Paul?
Yes,
this one, please.
Sorry.
This was quite tricky at the time when the council purchased property with standoff. However, I thought that the property would be in the rest of the property destination.
No, council purchased this property.
So,
And we didn't hand it over to them for management because of the wilderness trail and the capital side of that. They only handle the maintenance of the wilderness trail. So we just didn't hand it over.
is it the only piece of property that's not in the...
No, it won't be. We will have some, but we do have to go through a full review, including what they are managing.
Through your worship, there's council owns over 300 properties in the district, varying from reserves to utilities to various pieces of parcels of land here and there everywhere. So a full review is required, and we have undertaken that shortly. Destination Westland also own properties in their own portfolio, which we don't manage, but they also manage properties on our behalf, so it's quite a mixture.
How do you decide which ones go into for management and which ones stay with the council?
We haven't added any further properties to Destination Westland management since 2018.
And I think now with the review that's
right.
old from where we are sitting now as far as relevance to what we're going to manage and look at going forward.
That would be used to the public.
Okay.
That would be used to the public.
What's that? We're looking at land, the removal of land. Councillor Davidson.
Okay, through the background 2.1, the land purchase in 2020 as West Coast Wilderness Trail approached onto the land and an easement was required. The owner of the land was concerned an easement would reduce the value of the land and wanted to sell the land. 2.2, Westland District Council purchased the land for the sole purpose of putting an easement in place. Land is surplus the requirements are there, there's no further value, the Western District Council continuing to own the land. My question is, the easement, is that in place?
Yes, it says it in the report.
3.1, yeah.
Has that been,
In the report.
has that been signed?
The easement has been completed.
It's completed. Well, there's an easement on it, but it's, yeah.
Okay.
We bought it.
No, I just haven't seen it, that's all, because I
Not seen the easement. You don't see the easement.
Sorry, Councillor, what do you mean by I haven't seen it?
I haven't seen the easement.
Well, it's not here for us to see.
That's right.
We've been told it's been done and the
Okay.
process that it's been followed. So,
Would you like to see a copy
Oh,
of
no,
it?
no, I've just seen bits of land that, where the cracks have gone through and are not on people's properties and, I just.
Hence the reason we purchased the property.
We purchased the land, we were given an
Okay.
easement over our land, we're selling the subsidised.
Okay.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
Thank you.
Councillor Neil.
Just in respect of Patrick not being here to say it, sell it.
Thank you for that. Does anybody have any further questions for Leslie on this? No? So can I have a mover and a second to please resolve that A, the report be received, and B, that council declare the land as surplus and to be sold? Councillor Riley, Jordan? Councillor Stephen Glenn? Sorry.
Very forward.
Riley at the end of the year. Thanks, Leslie, very much. I take it everybody was in favour of that, the wheels. Right. Right, now we come on to the administrative resolutions. Who's running this one?
Karen.
Eh?
Sorry?
Simon, administrative resolutions, please.
Through your worship, there are a few minor administration resolutions for council to consider. Warrant of appointments to Christina Lee Tapsell as the Enforcement Officer for the campaign. Warrant of appointment to Anthony Eric Kennedy to act as on behalf as an Enforcement Officer for the Freedom Campaign. Warrant of appointment for Liam Ray Tolby, acting as Western District Council as an Enforcement Officer for Freedom Campaign. And just to confirm, just to confirm a no minor administration requirement for the next year schedule for a consent form, Shooting Creek Limited, record of title 1058774, consent to partial surrender of an easement instrument to ensure a right of to convey water. That's it, Your Worship.
Thank you very much. Anybody like to hear it for those?
No, the first three fine, the last one managed a little bit more with the actual schedule, because we've got a background on that, so first one's fine across my radar.
What do you want to know on Shooting Creek?
Yeah, this is a little bit of background, that would be great.
Surrender of easement instrument for right to convey water, so they're surrendering that easement they've had, which gave them the right to convey water. It's an easement they had over somebody else's land.
Over our land, or we had over their land?
They wouldn't have had an easement over their own land, they would have had to have an easement over somebody else's land. Is that our land? Yeah. Yes, true, to have asked for it.
Just give us a moment, Your Worship, we'll get access to it.
And Shooting Creek, of course, is on the way to Ross, on the left-hand side. Yeah, the old, thing. don't know where they come from. It's a bit like I go to call
So
you
your worship,
and then.
so your worship, I'll just read out the parcel surrender easement. So this is on behalf of the lawyer, acting on behalf of Shooting Creek Limited. Our client has agreed to a partial surrender of easement instrument, which grants right to convey water over and in favour of the above property and land contained on record of title 1058773. We are instructed on behalf of the Cock Farms Limited, who own the property contained on the record of title, the benefit of the right of convey water being surrendered. So this is obviously council's encumbrance under encumbrance instrument number. I won't read out the number. Over the two properties contained in the records, we ask that council consents to the lodge of a partial surrender of easement on the We ask that council to please provide its consent to the registration of the necessary instruments to record the partial surrender of easement and provide us with your instructions in relation to the encumbrance as soon as possible.
Purely administrative and both parties.
Yes.
Participants in the bidding for it. Thank you.
Just in future, councillors, staff have been across all of these administrative requirements and obviously had our legal input into them as well. So if we can add more detail if you require that in terms of your consideration, but it's purely administrative. But it does require council resolution.
Thank you.
It's not effective voting on something I'm not aware of or across or understanding.
Thank you. Is everybody happy with that? Right, moving on. We have a mover and seconder, please, and resolve that council confirm its seal being affixed to the following documents. 1, the annexure schedule for consent form. 2, the warrants of appointments for the mentioned people. Councillor Pearson, a seconder. Councillor Beard, thank you very much. All in favour? Carried. Thanking you. Right. So can I please have a mover and a seconder and resolve that council move into the public excluded section at 2:37, and thank everyone in attendance and viewers watching online. So can I have a mover and a seconder, please? Councillor Beard, Councillor Davidson, thank you very much. Right, we will just stop the proceedings for 2 minutes while one viewing's cut and the other one's can stay.